So welcome to my English YouTube channel, Learn English. I am going to today discuss John Milton's famous poem on his blindness. This is very important poem, and it was composed 3 years later when he became blind in 1652. In this poem, Milton expresses his complete faith in God. As we know that Milton became completely blind at the age of 44. That is in 1952. But Milton was a very genius person. He was endowed with poetic genius, poetic talent. So when he was deprived of his eyesight, he became victim of anxiety. He became nervous. So in this poem, in the first part of the poem, he expresses his anxiety that the poetic genius which he has been gifted by God will be of no use. It will go in vain. And the second part, there is a calm and peaceful solution, that how can he use his poetic genius despite of his blindness. This is a Miltonic sonnet that has been written on the model of Petrarchan. Sometimes it is also known as the Petrarchan sonnet. Milton was a Puritan. Puritan is a person who was a man of religious bent, who has a religious bent of mind, and anyhow, Milton always tried to prove that God is a supreme king, and his decisions are always right. They can never be wrong. So in the opening line, Milton said that when I consider how my life is spent, half my days in this dark and world and wide, in this vast world, in this vast universe, Milton says that when he thinks that how he has been deprived of before reaching his half age, so he is very much dismayed to this loss of his eyesight. And that one talent which is death to height, when he compares his loss of his eyesight with just like a death, because the talent which is endowed with will be of no use. That's why he said that laws will be useless, it will be worthless, though my soul more bent to serve therewith my Maker. Though he was very eager, Milton said that he is very eager to serve God by using his talent. But the only barrier is that since he has been deprived of his eyesight, so how will he use his genius? This is a big question for him. That's why he says that though my soul more bent to serve with my Maker and present my true count. And he also said that just as a servant has to present the true condition, true count before his master, why the task assigned by his master has not been completed. In the same fashion, Milton also wants to present his true count before God or his taskmaster. He says that God is his taskmaster. He has been assigned a task. The task is that to glorify God. So he says that lest he returning child, so that he may not be rebuked. Doth God eject day labor, light denied. God is a supreme judge, a supreme king, a taskmaster. He assigned various tasks to various persons. Milton is one of them. That's why he says that does God require any explanation? Light denied, when the light has been denied, when the light, since he is without light, so that will God ask anything, any sort of explanation? why he has not used his genius and talent to serve God? This is a big question for him. No, I fondly ask but patience to protect. So it means this would be a foolish question. It will be stupid on his part. But patience to prevent. He wants to make a sort of complaint against God. That murmur. But his patience prevents him to make any sort of complaint because he thinks that God soon replies, his patience replies, that consoles him that God doth not need either man's work or his own gifts. Because God is you can say just like a king. So he need not either man's work or his own gifts, the gifts which have been gifted by God himself, or the tasks which have been assigned. He does not need at all. Who best bear his mild yoke, they serve him best. So it means true servants of God are those who tolerate any difficulty, every difficulty. Those who are ready to work even in adverse circumstances, in unfavorable conditions, and without any making propaganda, without making any protest. That's why he said that his state is kingly. He compares his position just like king. God is a supreme king. Thousands at his giving speed, posted over land and ocean without rest. Milton says that thousands of people are there, everywhere, on land, in the sky, or in the water also. Those who are devoting their day and nights wholeheartedly for the sake of God. They are worshipping God. So if Milton himself makes any sort of complaint, so he will not take any benefit from that. Rather, he will get annoyed and irritated, and by doing so, he will also lose his patience. That's why he says that, and post over land and ocean without rest, and without taking any rest, without taking any trouble. They don't grudge against that. They do not have any sort of complaint against God, whether they are able to do or not. Without meek, they accept the task assigned to them meekly. They also serve only stand and wait. And in the last line, with this the poem ends, is that they also serve only stand and wait. So, poet is of the opinion here that true servants of God are those. True servants of God are those who do not lose their patience even in the dire calamities, even if they are facing difficulties of life. Patience is the hallmark of personality. One should have patience, and I think this was the patience that Milton showed also. And after his blindness, Milton was able to compose big poems like Paradise Lost and Paradise Regained. So, means the poem gives a message that in life one may have to face so many difficulties, so many disasters, so many calamities, hardships of life. One should endure them. One should have enough power to tolerate them. Making complaints against the situation is going to benefit you in no way. So I think the poem is very much clear. The poem is divided into, so far the structure of the poem is divided into two parts. First is the octave, that is a stanza of 8 lines, and the second one is the sestet, that is a stanza of 6 lines. In the octave, he expresses his anxiety for loss of his eyesight. In the sestet, there is a calm. He restores calm, that by enduring the lot, means the present lot, and the patience which is able to bear. And lastly, in this poem also Milton says that he wants to justify the ways of God to man. The manners of God, ways of God are always just. Thank you very much.